It's connecting, we'll be there. Good morning, traders. We're live on YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube viewers. Those of you who can't watch the live session will watch this afterwards. I'm going to do a quick update on all the charts because there have been some changes from Monday to now. So I want you guys to have the update on this. Before we do that, please go watch the video I did on liquidity because there's a lot of banks going down and you may want to understand why they're going down, and then you would understand the problem with liquidity. And then you're going to go to those gurus out there telling you that there's liquidity sitting in the chart here and they're waiting for this to go to that point where the liquidity is going to come in and they're going to sell, and ask them, what does that nonsense really means, right? Because it is nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. There's no liquidity sitting anywhere here. Tell the banks who are going down because they don't have liquidity that, hey, you can go into charts and find liquidity. Maybe that will help them. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, right? Now let's go. Let's start. We are in this trade here now, but you have to be careful with this trade because this trade is, we're expecting it to correct. Two things we're looking for. This up move will correct itself and then go back up, or it will totally drop because we're coming from the top. Now, I don't think this is going to drop even if it's a correction, but we are going for a short trade. Now, this trade is an aggressive trade because we've got a flag here, but we still have a sharp move here. So any one of you who knows anything about wave analysis will know that there's a chance that it could tag you here and go back up there. Our stop is above the top. Now, if this drops a lot and consolidate and drop again, we will move that into profit, and then we will see where we'll take profit because then it becomes a long drawn out running flat. And those patterns are common, very common. So that possibility exists. That is why we took the trade. Now, if it goes back up and drop again, either I'll get out of the trade for positive because I'm in the trade, most of my traders are in that trade, or we're going to, we're going to wait until it goes there, drop, and then take profit. So we'll see which one it does. Now, I'm not making trade calls for anybody. I'm showing you how we trade in our trading room. We're right now in our trading room. This is the London session we have. Some of you have been in here when we did the free sessions. If you're seeing this for the first time, my name is Anil Mangal. If you want to find me anytime you want to find me, my videos on YouTube, just go to YouTube and then put in the search, Forex Trading, Anil Mangal, and you're going to find all my videos. That's the easiest way to find all my videos if you want. Forex Trading, Anil Mangal. So I'm expecting this to come. It might come like this. If it comes like this, we'll just move the stop and we'll stay with that trade and keep moving the stop until it does this. Now, we will definitely buy this. And then it may break the top or it may not break the top and start to drop. Now, I think we can end up with a big flat here or do a new high and then cut down. Now, that's a little confusing for you if you don't know how wave analysis works. So let's go with the sell alone. I'm going to do a quick update on all the majors. Dollar index made a sudden spike yesterday. That's kind of a surprise. In terms of wave analysis, we were expecting the up move. We just didn't expect it to go that far. Now what it's doing, it's either going to correct itself for a bigger flat. It can literally drop. If this drop, we will go with an expanding flat like this because we were expecting a running flat like this and then downside. Instead, it went much higher. I don't think it's an expanding flat. So I'm going to tell you what we're looking at. We're looking at the potential that there's a contracting flat here. This is the first move of a bigger flat. It probably will come here, go back up, come back down, make a big flat here, and then go. That's one option of how it can develop. In terms of trading, that is irrelevant. That is just knowledge for you to know how to take trades. So we're looking for sell setups in here, just like I just sold the CAD, right? So silver, we're expecting to go up, but in the short term, we're looking for a sell setup on silver. So you may say, why sell the CAD and why sell silver? Well, silver is consolidating upwards. See this is consolidating upwards, and this could stay here for a very long time before it drops. But we're still going to look for a sell setup as of now. It could come back all the way to the top. And if it does go back to the top, we wouldn't be buying silver like this. We will wait for it to drop. We may sell this piece, and then we'll be looking for the upside. If it is going to drop from this point, well, we will be in that trade. We already have a sell setup here, right? So here is how wave analysis works. Again, you understand the possibilities, and then you take your trade. We have an entry order here because this thing can drop right now. It can drop right now. This stop is here. It's a big trade to the downside. If you're looking at the possibility that we're making a flat at the top there to continue to go up, then this would likely work its way up more to the top here, come back here, and then go. Now, I think you may have seen flats like this before, right? Well, if you haven't, here is one. See this one work its way down to the bottom here, go back up, and then drop. So if you understand these patterns, it becomes easy for you to trade. It's the only thing you need to understand in the chart if you really want to be a successful trader, is how the chart, how these patterns behave. So right now, sell could be a buy. Much later, if it's going to be a buy, probably 2-3 days from now. Let's go. Go, also a sell setup. We're waiting for this to consolidate, then drop. You can put this lower if you want. It should be under the low. You can put it higher if you want, if you're trading a lower time frame. So if you're trading a lower time frame, you can put this sell here. Be careful of a possible running flat, my traders. Be careful of this making a running flat here and going back up, or an expanding flat and go back up. But the sell could be here. Keep your stop. I wouldn't put the stop above here anymore. Put it above the top. This is bigger than this one. Right? So it's a sell setup. We'll see where that goes. Euro. We had a pullback. I don't know how many of you took the trade. We were waiting for a pullback here to take this trade. Right, this morning from the webinar we had, we were looking at a possible running flat here, or a smaller running flat than this one for the upside. Now, this upside might be correction. I do think that is correction, but Euro broke the low. So we were looking at this as a flat. We totally missed the trade because we didn't get a good enough setup to get the trade, and it just dropped, and you let it drop if that happens. Now, two ways you look at the Euro. Either this is the low and we're going back up to the top. This will be all the correction. That's one option. The second option is, well, no, that's not the low. We're just making a bigger version of this. So we're making a bigger version of an expanding flat. And we can go back to the top there, maybe even stay here for a while, and then come here and then go back up, right? Making this a bigger flat. That's one option. Remember, we're coming from the bottom this way. We're coming from this way. So this could be a big correction. This is the first move down. And I don't think this dropping and barely tipping the low is the end of the last impulse down. But we can buy this up. We'll wait for the trade. We'll take the trade. Actually, the buy is already there in the 15 minutes. Right? Can it make a deeper consolidation? Of course. This would be just within the first impulse, right? This piece would be just within the first impulse. So this might go a little and then start to correct deeply. And if you miss this trade, you go for this trade to the upside. Right? So we'll get all of those corrections and then go. Pung, we're looking for a buy setup. I'm already in the buy and the Pung in the 15 minutes. I think my traders would have known that. If you took it from the top here, good enough for you. Remember, it will pull back. There's a good chance this will pull back. Right? So I took it here, but there's a good chance it could come back here, which means you move your stop somewhere here right now. You move your stop into profit. We're anticipating this pullback here for a running flat and then go. So you follow this up to take profit. For the big picture, for those who are watching, if you're not with us, the big picture is we're expecting Pung to go up. Those of you who were with us last week when we were free, absolutely free to the entire public, you remember what I said when it was here? You're only buying Pung because we expect Pung to go back all the way to the top. So we bought here, we bought here, we bought here, we bought here. I think we even bought one here, but I don't have it on because the free session was over. And now we're buying again. So we're expecting that to come here. It's pretty easy to see. This pattern is crystal clear, right? This is your up move and we're consolidating here. And if you remember what I told you, we're expecting this to probably make consolidations here, go there, come back here, and then go. Now, we will be trading this up to the top. Every time it pull back, we will look for a buy setup to go. And when it gets to this top here, we'll be very, very careful because from there, the chances are they'll come back here and then go. We'll see. I don't know that for sure. Now, this move up could be very sharp because the move we're looking for is relative. It's actually this one up, which is sharp. So this could go, and I think it will go. We just have to wait for this to, see if this is all the consolidation they go or if this is going to pull back and go. I think this will pull back. But when it pull back, we'll be in the buy again. So when this pulls back here, it's probably, it could go a little more and then pull back. And when it pull back, we'll be in that trade going again. Well, if it never pull back, good for us. We're in the trade. We'll just move your stop and stay with the trade. Aussie. I think you can see the buy setup, you can see the pattern, you can see the trade we're looking for, right? I don't even need to explain this. The trade is getting to the top here, and then from here, we're expecting this to drop a little more. Remember, Pung is going to go up and down, right? It's not going to go straight up. It's wave analysis. So this is a good trade. I hope my traders are in this trade because this is a trade we made this morning when we were in the Asian session. And you can see from my setup, most of you already know what those colors mean, right? This is an aggressive buy, this is an aggressive buy. These are waiting for buy setups. And New Zealand, we don't have anything in New Zealand. As you can see, it doesn't do anything. It isn't tradable at the moment. New Zealand might end up being a sell by New York session, but we don't have the setup as yet. So we'll keep our eyes open on it. We'll see what it's doing. Yen, we don't have anything because yen is in this move. Now I'll explain yen to you so that it might help you. What we're looking for on the yen. See, we were expecting a sharp move here this morning. That didn't happen. This one is going up. So good for us. Once it do that, we'll come back here. We'll go back up. We might come back down here again. We might go back up and then we might drop. Take a snapshot and see how that works. If there's a change in the structure, we will look at it. So will we sell this one? Absolutely. We'll try to sell this. I don't think we'll buy this because we're expecting that to be a sharp one and it might be small. We'll definitely sell it again. For the upside, the final upside, we might look for a buy setup there. And we will absolutely sell again. So what do I think in the big picture, what it's going to do? We're looking at yen. We're expecting yen to come back, break this low, and still possibly go back up, maybe even break this low. So there's a good chance the yen, this was a correction upwards, and we're going to break this low and then go back up. We will still go back up. So it's just a matter of whether it breaks the low now or not. Go back here and find your trades in there, right? We're trading in this zone for now, but it will break out of that zone. That's why we'll be looking for a lot of sell setups. CAD, we're already in the trade. We'll see what to do with it. If it doesn't go very fast, we'll get out. There's a pullback that needs to happen, right? It needs to pull back like this and then keep dropping. So either we'll survive the pullback or we'll get out of the trade and get back in it. Swiss, this never pulled back. We wanted to sell this, but we were waiting for a small pullback like that to sell, and that never happened. Well, you would have to go with this little contracting flat you have at the top here. And that means you're not in this trade. So wait for it. This is the big picture. Now, do I think we will break this low? I believe so. Well, if you miss the small correction by rule, you're going to make a bigger one. You're going to make a 1 hour flag before New York, and then we're going to try to get that one going down. So if you miss the small one, don't chase it. Wait for the bigger one, and then get the trade to the downside. EURUSD, we're looking for buy setups. I think eventually when this finishes, we're going to break out of this and go back to the top. We'll wait for that buy setup. We don't have the setup as yet. All right, this was the sell setup yesterday. So take that off, and we'll wait for the buy setup here. It might take a while. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you trade setups that we're looking for. Euro New Zealand, we're looking for a buy setup. I think we already have a buy setup here. We might go lower in that trade. Yeah, you can probably put your entry lower, which means you should be in this trade already. That means that trade should go live from that point. You know why I put it there. When it breaks the stop, get it to break even. Can it drop some more into here? Yes, it possibly can. Keep your stop under this low. All right, so you know what to do. Let me see how much pips is that. I'll take the trade live because I didn't get to put an entry order in there. That's about 100 pips. So for me, that's about based on what risk you're doing, you take the trade. You may say, well, 100 pips is too big a stop. Well, it's not the size of the stop that matters. It's where you think it's going to go and whether you have risk to reward. Do I think this thing can go 100 pips here? Yeah, I believe it can go much more. We're expecting it to break out of this entire structure eventually. Right? I'm expecting them to break out and retest this stop, which means it can go quite a lot. Right? So if I'm putting a stop here with an entry here to come and break the top, I don't think it will go break the top immediately, but that's a trade. We'll see if it gets there. If it gets there, then we'll see how we manage the trade, right? It's all about how you manage your trades once you're inside of it. Putting any stop higher than this would be a problem because this can continue to go up and down. And that would be a problem. So let me just put this trade on very quick. Euro New Zealand. Good. I'll put the stop here afterwards when I'm finished. I don't think it's going to drop right now. Right? So let's go. Euro CAD, we're looking for a buy setup, but we need a pullback. So we saw this. This was a trade which some of us took last night. This trade, when the smaller one, some of my traders took this last night. It kind of do this. We closed it here this morning because there is a good chance you're going to get one of this sharp pullback. You're going to get a running flat, and then we're going to go for that. Right? I close mine. Some traders might still be in managing their trade. It will give you that pullback, and then we'll go. Can it drop after they go back, come back to the top? If they correct this quite a lot, it might still drop. So if this keeps going, you know, and you get a pullback like this and it keeps going like this, well, then the good chances they'll drop. Now, can it take off at some point? That is possible. The big picture of this, we're expecting downside, not the upside. We'll see. Euro Swiss, it kind of go up really sharp. I think they will continue to go up. So we were looking at this. By the way, I don't know if any one of you took that sell. We were discussing it. We were saying that it probably could come back to this low here and then go back. Well, they actually dropped. So we look for a running flat. This pulls back here, give you a running flat. We start selling it. All right. So any pullback now, this is what I think it should do. At some point, this will start to pull back here. Give you a running flat here. We'll look for a possible running flat. If that happens, we get a trade. If that doesn't happen, the next thing that could happen for us to trade it is if this actually does this, then we can continue to sell. But as of now, see this drop, this is a small one. I thought they'll go up like this first, then come down. Now, when you get a big one like that, we're going to correct deeper into here. So this would go back to the top there. It's going to correct deeper into this and then the upside. So there'll be a trade coming down here and then there'll be a trade to the upside. Euro pound. Same thing. We want to pull back and then we're looking for a buy setup. You want this to pull back. It's pulling back right now. We want it to pull back a little deeper. We want this and then we want the buy setup. So we'll see if we get that. Pound CAD. You can move this up to this level. We're looking for a sell setup on this one. I think this is clear. If we get the trade, we're expecting them to drop much lower, right? So there's a big move to the downside where this has to go. See, we're in this one. So the worst case scenario, if they still want to go back up, they have to drop like this, pull back up, drop like this, pull back up, and then make a new high if this becomes corrective. Now, I think there's a good chance they could drop and retest this low and then go back up. Right? We're in this big, huge corrective structure. I think this is clear. So let's see if it drops. We're looking for the sell setup on this. Pound Swiss, we're waiting for a setup. We don't have anything. This actually dropped a lot from this morning. So take this off. That is not valid. Wait for sell setups. Wait for this to consolidate for sell setup. It didn't break out. We were expecting a breakout. Pound yen probably didn't break out. Pound yen take the buy off because it came back deep, which means that this whole thing here needs to consolidate before come back here and then go back up. We'll look for a buy setup here, short term to break this top. And then we'll see if it's a flat or if they continue to go. I think they will continue to go up. So we look for more upside because this looks very corrective. Pound Aus, no trade setup. It's coming down back here, but we need to see what that consolidation is. Not clear, so we'll stay out of it. Aussie yen, we're looking for a buy setup. I think we want one more down and then we're ready for the buy, right? I want this to come back one more down here. And then we're ready for that buy setup. We'll be ready to take the buy and we'll see where that goes. Aussie Swiss. Yep, this is a sell. As you see, that's a sell setup. I hope my traders took the trade. To put it like this, probably from this point would have been a better sell because that happened after we were in the trading room. It came down and went back up. And the reason we kept it here is because we were expecting it to come down and go back up. Now, the best sell setup would be for my traders is put the entry here. I think you saw that, put the entry there. This one is going very well. And as you can see, we're expecting this to drop through the bottom, come all the way here. Those are the trade setups. So you see the trades we have, you see how they're going, and these are live trades from our trading room. These again, I wouldn't go through. It's too long to go through all of them, but we're looking for a buy setup here. It's not ready. We're looking for a buy setup here. It's not ready. We're looking for a sell setup here. Not ready. So take this off. This one actually is off now because the pullback is deep. Once it gives you that deep pullback, we close that one. So US oil, we're looking for a buy setup. So far, it's valid. If it goes lower, then we will take it off like I just took off the one on the Swiss yen. Right? So US 30, buy setup. I think this is a perfect setup for a buy setup. Nifty, sell setup. And this one, buy setup. If it comes really low, we'll take it off. So if this comes back here pretty low into here, we will take it off because then it's going to go back up and drop. So we'll see which one comes, which setup we get eventually, right? So that's all. that's all for now. Those are the setups we have. We hope that helps you. I don't know, in making your decisions and what you're going to trade. If you would like to see the continuation of it and what we do with each of these trades, you can actually join us and get access to these live sessions. All you have to do is send me a Skype message. Let me just give you my Skype really quick. It's in the description as well, but just in case you want it, it's MANGAL 457. Send me a Skype. Sorry, 457, not the 8. The 8 is not there. So, okay, just take off the 8. That's it. It's not there. 457. Right? So I'm gonna. It's in the description. Go there, click it, send me a message, and you will get access to the live session. Now, the live session themselves are free, but you have to join the course, which means you either have to pay for the course full, or you can pay for the course in installment. Installment would be like $100 a month, which means we do 2 sessions a day. That is about 40 sessions, right? 20 sessions, 20 trading days. That's 40 sessions a month. You're going to get it all free. So send us a message and you can join. Thank you, guys. Trade with care. Bye.